Hello, everyone. My guest today is Greg Silverman. He is building a company called Concentric Market, which helps folks answer what-if questions to big business questions. What-if answers to big business questions. All right. You ready to take us to the top, Greg?
I am.
All right. So this is a little bit of a tricky concept for people to grasp if they maybe don't hear an example. So give us an example of how business is using you guys today.
Yeah. So you can look at a company like, say, Toyota. They use their information, put it in our planning platform, and forecast out how a car will sell or how many units will be in demand or how effective their marketing will be. And that way they can allocate resources to it correctly.
Okay, that's good. So are you working mainly with these enterprise kind of clients today, or do you have any folks that are lower end, lower tier, mid-market SMB?
Yeah, we've got some small, medium-sized business, but 80% of what we do is Fortune 1000.
Okay. 80% is Fortune 1000. That's measured on like a number, like a quantity of customers or the percent of revenue they make up?
Revenue.
Yeah. Your good old 80-20 rule, right?
It turns out that way. No one's cheated that one yet.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. So I know you have a lot of different cohorts. On average, what's the company going to pay you per year to use the tech?
About 500,000, 555 is our average contract right now.
That's good. Very specific. So call it 45 grand a month or about 550 a year.
That's right. And that shifted up in the last year dramatically because we went from a SaaS platform to an enterprise platform.
Okay. Now, what does that mean? SaaS is a business model. Enterprise is a target market. Can't you be both?
I don't think so. SaaS is a distribution method. So for us, you host the solution and people, work through your web interface. What we found is our product is so mission critically intertwined. They don't want that kind of data leaving their premise. So we built an enterprise platform. So we're a software business with annual recurring revenue that sits behind their firewall, giving their IT folks easier deployment, lower cost, and greater confidence that their business plans aren't going into the hands of anyone that they don't want to see them.
Yeah, you're SaaS. It's just you're spinning up, you could call it on-prem, but it's not physical servers at their location. It's basically a cloud instance behind their security.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how many customers are you serving today?
We're going to end up at the year with 30.
Okay, 30. Good. Now, this is up. You were on the show back in February of 2018. Now, you had your ACV was way lower, but you had 135 customers. So you've turned a bunch of them off.
That's right. We've gotten a small customer. They've just kind of gone away. We didn't really turn them off. We still have a few. But the larger enterprise solutions have come in a big way, and we've followed, made our platform fit them a lot better, making some of those small customers who are, great and loyal users, but it's hard to scale that up to the kind of profits we're seeing now.
Yep. So $45,000 a month across 30 customers, Greg, obviously I'm gonna do the math. That puts you at 1.3 million a month in revenue. Is that accurate?
It's going to end up in the year at that rate. Yep.
Okay. And what will that be up from in terms of where you are today?
It'll be almost 2.5%. So about 250% growth.
Okay. So where are you at? Like last month, how much did you do in terms of MRR?
We were last month 433.
433 grand a month. Okay. So the average then is closer to something like $15,000 a month, not 45,000 a month.
For the average customer, that's where they're moving. Yeah. So the numbers align. We've just signed up a whole bunch of new customers this summer.
Okay.
So that's where the strength is coming.
But sorry, you said last month you did about 350,000?
433.
Oh, 433. Okay, got it. Good. Okay, so 433, and that's up from what exactly a year ago? Do you remember?
It's got to be like 165, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Because you drove 250% year-over-year growth.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes good sense. Talk to me about the team today. What's the team size?
Yeah, we're up to 39 people. We've got 3 offices: Cambridge, New York City, and Sofia, Bulgaria.
Okay, 39. How many are engineers?
It's about 50% engineers and QA.
Okay, and how many? So call it 19, 20. How many are quota-carrying sales reps?
3.
3. Okay. Now, when these reps close deals, are these deals sticking around? So ignore logo churn, because your logo churn is going to be through the roof because you're churning low ARPU customers. If you just got your revenue churn over the past 12 months, do you know what that is?
4%.
Okay, 4%. And expansion revenue has got to be really high.
Really high.
Yeah. So of the customers you had a year ago, the ones that you expanded, by about what percent did you expand them? Do you know?
that's got to be probably 8x, 7x.
Okay. Yeah. So you churned. Basically, you churned 4% of your revenue, which was about 110-ish customers. You then added basically 10 big enterprise deals over the past 4-6 months to bring your total to 35 customers, right? And your expansion on cohorts that stayed from over a year ago is something like ridiculous, 2, 3, 4, 500.
That's right. So we've got this kind of golden formula now, because you work just as hard to win an enterprise account as you do a small one.
Yep. No, you're preaching to the choir, so that makes sense. Now, when you go out and you try and land one of these big enterprise deals, what is your payback period right now? 12 months, 18, 24 months?
Yeah. So our customer acquisition cost is about 130, and that first year contract of 555, right? So it's about it pays back pretty quickly, almost half a year.
Yep. Now, obviously, all your accounts aren't going to be 550. If you close a $100,000 account, you'll spend $100,000 to get that account?
Yeah, but we don't really close $100,000. We think we don't close $100,000 account. We land them at that kind of price point to get them moving. Could be a little bit more. And then we're seeing a 95% follow through. So I think that first year revenue really moves toward that 500 pretty quickly, when we're not seeing a lot of people not take the next step.
Yep. Okay. When's the first chance you have to upsell them after they sign up? Let's say they're a $100,000 account, they sign up. How many months do you have to let them get activated before you upsell them?
90 days.
Pitch me. What's that sound like? I'm 90 days in, you see I'm active. What are you going to sell me?
Yeah. So what happens on this land, we do a proof of concept in a sense in two ways. One way, we show them how the model works, like just the math and the science behind it, but also how their process will change. And so what we're doing is some hand holding, and you're using our analytic tool. Once they see the deployment path, and we help them define that during that 90-day period, there's 3 upsells. One is moving off as kind of a desktop, solution to their cloud, and that's a license. Also automating their database, that's a license. And then for the people who want to do what if, and they're not really data scientists and analytics folks, they can buy seat licenses just for the what if planning tool.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, how much have you raised to date?
Less than 5 million, and we've been in business 9 years.
Okay,
about
so
4.7.
So you've raised 4.7 to date.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's up from about 3 million again 2 years ago. So what, your last round was for like 1.7 million or something?
That's right.
Okay. Was that all equity, or did you do any debt?
All equity.
You hesitated. No debt?
When we raised that money, we had some debt, but we retired it. So.
Oh, who was that with? Like Lighter Capital?
No, it's just friends and family still.
Oh, okay. All right. And are you burning? I assume you're burning capital. You raised capital. How much are you burning?
We're about cash flow neutral at the moment. So we haven't made a big investment into 2020 yet, which we will probably right after Labor Day. So we've been pretty steady in the summer, but we'll probably burn about 150, 200
this
month.
Year. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, you're currently burning 100 or 200 grand a month?
No, we've been cash flow neutral for about 6 months as we've just gotten these contracts running, digesting all that, and then after Labor Day we'll put some marketing money back in, a couple more salespeople, all to gin up growth for 2020.
Does that mean the 1.7 million you raised not too long ago, that's all sitting in the bank still?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Not all, but a lot.
More than 1.5?
No.
Okay.
No, more than one.
More than one. Fair enough. Okay. So you have burned capital then. Your bank wouldn't go down if you weren't burning capital.
Oh, yeah. We put some new folks on. We needed some more people to help with the deployment of the software.
So Greg, how much are you burning? You can't be cash flow positive and have your bank go down. We
raised the money in January.
Yeah.
And we burned the 500 up until about May. And so from May to August.
I see.
We've been neutral.
I see. Okay, fair enough. Very good. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Turning Complexity into Competitive Advantage.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Benioff. We're next.
Are they going to acquire you?
No, we're going to scale like he did. He's a genius.
All right. If they offered you, what are you at right now? If they offered you $10 million to sell the company, would you take it?
No chance.
You said that so quickly. Why not?
Because we're worth way more than that.
What do you think you're worth?
We're worth what someone would buy, but if you think about an 8x, 10x multiple on last trailing 12 months, you might find a number.
Yeah. I mean, look, I could just take the 4 times the 8, right? So that's what you're talking. You think you're worth like $32 million, something like that.
Probably more than that.
Are you raising capital right now?
We are not.
Okay. What'd you raise the 1.7 at? Was it in the 30 range valuation wise?
It was a little lower.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your company?
Still LinkedIn. We love it.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
2 to 10, depends on the day.
How much last night?
Last night, 7.
Okay, that's good. And how old are you?
56.
56. Situation, married, single, kids?
Divorced, pre-startup.
All right. So not married, any kids?
No, not married, no kids.
Okay, last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Stop wasting time. There's not enough that much of it. Learn to love what you do or find something you love doing.
Guys, there you have it. Concentric. What if answers to business questions? They've got about 30 customers paying $14,000 a month, doing about $433,000 a month in revenue, up from $160,000 a month just a year ago. Obviously, good growth. 4.7 million raised, still over $1 million in the bank. They are cash flow positive today. Team of 39 folks, 19 engineers, 3 quota-carrying sales reps as they look to continue to scale. Not raising capital. Greg, thanks so much for taking us to the top.
Thank you. Keep going. Love it.